He says he declines in a medical way from an underlying thing that we potentially take responsibility for. So let's say, oh wait, I forgot to put your first name down on here. Bama. I'm just gonna put Bama and Bobby. Boom. Ta-da. Okay, so he says he passes from something medical that's underlying, but he almost takes like a partial responsibility for whatever's underlying. Like maybe we weren't always like wonderful to ourselves. Okay, and then he says that it was situational. Okay, situational, underlying. Maybe like we don't drink enough water or something. Something so simple, a step we didn't need to miss. Okay, he says. It happened very suddenly, unexpectedly. You almost don't get a chance to correct it. Something about you had a feeling right when it ended up happening. He goes, Kato, straight down. Let's say how old am I though? I'm gonna be 32 in 2 weeks. Woohoo! Okay. I don't think I'm that old. I think I'm fine. Okay. I'm like halfway through my life. It's beautiful. I'm going to rip that nail off mid-reading. You like that? Let's keep going. Okay, seriously. All right, so we're talking to Bobby. So father figure, you already told us. I think we take it's situational. It happens all at once. Maybe once the situation happens, we're like, but what if we could have redesigned this medical thing? It seems like it happens in a tragic way. All of a sudden, it's a cross between being in a situation and like maybe getting in a car accident, or being in a situation like, let's say we drink earlier in life or we smoke earlier in life, and then it causes a situation, ultimately causes a situation, and then that's the part we take partial responsibility, not that we like off ourselves or anything, but then he goes, when it goes down, it goes straight down, and it happened very suddenly, unexpectedly. Does that make sense? Baby girl? He was a drinker. Damn it, Dad. Okay, how'd he end up passing? Okay, now I gotta know, because I'm like, if he was a drinker later in life, developed medical issues and passed, or maybe he was drinking, or he put himself into a situation that's like, oh, this will be fine. I drink a beer and drive home every night, and then something happens because of it. Hello, baby cakes. I love you that you immediately scream when you walk through the door. That's my kid's kind of energy. My kid's like, Mom! I'm like, hello, Weston. That's usually my life. I'm good with it, though. Fine with that. Haven't seen you in a minute. How have you been? I'm doing so good. I love you, too. Uber, quit trying to convince me to order out and being good. As I'm about to go to the Chinese buffet tonight. Don't tell on me. Anyways, he had surgery and he was healing from it. Oh, so a medical thing. Okay, so a medical thing that was underlying. What happened while he was healing from it? It was a situation he was in, so that could be that medical. And when he goes straight down, I go straight down. He broke his hip. Was he drinking and broke his hip? What made him break his hip? What the hell? Okay, he goes, Kato, when I went down, I went straight down. You guys that are seeing this on the recording and you're seeing it on YouTube already, you guys have already seen that go down. But he goes, when I went down, I went straight down, and I take partial responsibility for the underlying medical thing that gave me issues. He broke his hip, and he had surgery and was healing from surgery. And then what? Got an infection and passed, or just body got overwhelmed and passed, or being dumb and passed? There's 130 million ways here, you know? Tell me the things. Huh. I went straight down to the situation where he breaks his hip, and then he takes partial responsibility. We have no idea how he passed. He was healing from it. It was sudden. Yeah, it seems like, okay. So, first of all, I'm looking through all the things because I see that that's what you're looking for. Okay, so it seems like Okay, question. Only question I have. Was he drinking while recovering from surgery? Don't know if it was an infection. They never did an autopsy. I think it was an infection. I feel like we're feeling extra tired. Damn it. Okay, so I'm not going to say. So she said yes, he was drinking while he was recovering from surgery. Let me put it this way. The only way that could have, yeah, long story short, here's my analogy, and obviously beer doesn't infect you, but let's say you just had stomach surgery, but you're just going to take some sips of beer. That beer fizzes open a hole in your stomach lining, and we don't even catch it until you're really sleepy for about 3 days, and right before you're about to go to the doctor, you're dead. And that's how it feels. So maybe it was that underlying, because remember how he said he takes partial responsibility for contributing to the underlying thing that made it so he passed medically. So I think he does take a partial responsibility. He went down, straight down, broke a hip. I think situationally, maybe he was taking some sips. I think inevitably this was going to happen. I just think, you know, maybe you would have recognized the symptoms. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, I suppose. He just doesn't, you can't see any of the symptoms outside looking in till about maybe 48 hours before he dies. He starts to shift, it starts to go gray, and he starts to get sleepy. By the time he has slept away that first day, it's too late. So it seemed, because I blame myself because I didn't bring him to my house to heal. Well, he's already taking responsibility. So if you take responsibility and he's not allowed to do that when it's his responsibility as the parent, because he owns up to that, if you insist on taking responsibility, it'll do nothing but prevent you from being able to communicate with him. And being able to say, hey, my dad is on the other. It's like when you think about him, you'll feel guilt. And guilt and grief hold you in a past memory or a past feeling. And so it needs to be about, you have to let him take the responsibility. You didn't have to sit on it like a toddler. And remember, with or without drinking and being able to be aware of the signs your body is having, I'm going to tell you that he already said it in your recording, and you can listen to it back when it's time, that he takes responsibility, and it was inevitable for this to happen. And so, yeah, you have to allow him to take responsibility. It's not your responsibility, and you can't hold on to that. He loves you. He's visited you twice in dreams, and he loves the thing that you have that you can wear in honor of his memory. Axel, hi! How are you, my love?